Hello, and today we're going to be talking about my friend's Mission Dalek entry Doctor Who prologue. If you haven't seen it, just click here right now. It's worth a watch, and we hope you enjoy it, but then once you've seen that, come back to this video and you'll find out how we did some of the stuff. So the first thing that you see is you have the green screen shot of the Doctor in the TARDIS. Now this was quite simple. You get a green screen, you film your actor, and you chroma key out the green. We only were allowed to use the Doctor Who footage, so we had to make sure that we took a little snippet of that and used tracking in Adobe After Effects to make sure that as the camera moved, the actor moved with the TARDIS, which if it didn't, it wouldn't make sense. It would look unrealistic. A good tip also is to reduce the brightness of the clip that you're putting in to make it blend with the shot a bit more. Just use brightness and contrast settings to toggle this a little bit. I mean, even a little bit just makes that little bit difference and makes it look a bit more realistic. The second thing is the fade in of the TARDIS. Now it's quite an easy shot. You can tell what we used a little toy plastic TARDIS and sort of filmed that on the grass as a stationary shot for about 30 seconds. Then what we did is we removed the TARDIS from the shot and filmed the empty grass for about 30 seconds. And then what you do is you split the channels and you sort of put one with the TARDIS above the one with the grass and sort of fade in the TARDIS one, but not exactly fade it in, but up and down, so then it does the famous fade in, fade out TARDIS thing that it does. The next thing is the walk out of the TARDIS. Now this is a really easy one that a lot of people, it looks quite impressive, but it's probably one of the easiest effects in the video. But basically what you do is you get a photo side on of the TARDIS and you cut around the shape and you just paste it in a channel above the video. Now you can even do this with like a PNG image. You can find a transparent image and just have your actor walk across the screen. And that's how we did that one. The immediate shot after that is the actor picking something up off the floor, but what we can see in the background to his left is we can see that there is a TARDIS in the background. Now this is it's a little touch, it's again pasting the image in, but this time we've got an envelope to make it look like the perspective's right. We couldn't just have it straight up, otherwise it looked like it's looking direct on. It was kind of looking at an angle upwards, so we need to sort of curve it in like that. When you look at a really tall skyscraper and you can see that the top looks closer together than the bottom, it's something to consider when putting these things in, because it ends up really important as to whether it's a make or break effect. More of a filmmaking one. Basically we have the actor hold up the umbrella with the question mark at the bottom and then look around. Now during this looking around bit, the camera's changing, it's moving around, and then what we cut to is we cut to the point of view of what the actor is seeing. And the important point about this is to make sure that the directions all stay the same. So since the camera is moving this way, you want your point of view to be moving this way, and you want all of that to sort of continue through, so it's really important you remember that. Another one is the scaling of our Weeping Angels. Naturally we didn't have a full-size 1-to-1 Weeping Angel with us, but we did have Weeping Angels. They're about 3.5 inches high. I'm sure I'll be corrected on this. But basically what we did is we placed that in front of the TARDIS and the toy TARDIS and basically put them on the grass, so you couldn't really have an idea of space. So we didn't do any wide shots, we always either did mid or close-up shots of the angels, and this sort of using the focus to sort of blur out the background a bit means that you can sort of get away with a lot of shots and make it look quite realistic. The next shot is sort of a low shot of an item on the floor that the actor then, or the character then uses to escape the situation that they're in. And this is important because this low shot draws attention to the item on the floor, and it kind of, you can see that the character looks down at it quite slightly, and you sort of get the idea that something is going on. It sort of draws your attention so suddenly to it because it's such an extreme change in angle that the audience go, hold on, what's he doing there? Why are we looking at this thing? And it asks all those questions. The Next shot is a sort of teleporting shot. Now this one is again like the overlay one. It's one of the easiest ones, if not even easier, because you can do it on really basic movie editing software. Basically what you do is you film your character and they act out their scene, they then walk away, and then you continue filming this same stationary shot. Now what you do in your software is you just cut out the bit where they move away, and it ends up being a jump cut to them not being there anymore. The next one is an interesting one because it is the multiple Daleks. Now we only had one light up Dalek with us, but naturally we found a sound effect with many different Dalek sounds, and we were like, hold on a second, we can't try and isolate any one Dalek sound, so what we'll do is we'll add more Daleks into the scene. And what we did is we sort of filmed a Dalek in low light conditions, and then what happened is we dragged it in After Effects, masked roughly around the edge. You don't need to do it too exact because it was quite a dark scene, you could only really see the lights, and so you just copy and paste those lights in multiple places, stagger the timings a bit, add the sound effects, and there you go, easy peasy. And the final point I want to make is actually about the audio. 90% of the audio approximately is dubbed. Most of the lines are post-processed because we went over to these mountains that were really windy, so we didn't get very good quality audio. Every single sort of door hinge, angel sound, Dalek noise, completely dubbed into the video. Now what's an even more interesting fact is that the only audio used throughout the whole film was the raw recorded audio that we did ourselves, which was lines and what we shot on scene, and the rest of the audio, and I mean everything else, was done using the cleared BBC audio clips, which we got from the website and were given for the competition. So go back and watch the video and see if you can find some of them. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this has been quite informative and a little insight in how to do it, and hopefully it inspires you to make more either Doctor Who films or any films, to be honest, and add some of these little special effects and try and be a bit adventurous, break some boundaries for yourself and enjoy filmmaking.